Welcome back, folks, to another episode of Utopia. This is Sinulab, and let's get started. So between last episode and this one, I took a little journey. I took a little journey north, and I went north for a while. I went north for a good long while, looking for a jungle. I already had the jungle wood, right? I was originally getting that so that I could trade with the villager to get the jungle bushes, or the oreberry bushes, right? I did that. I've got 22 gold oreberry bushes, but I'm not using them because since I already have the Diamandi bee, we already went through the Auric bee to get there, and that's the one that produces gold. So I just did some genetics work on him, and now I have a bunch of gold. I don't need to worry about it. Even added the nugget to bar production to that little setup we have over there, over by the emerald and diamond thing that we're doing. Yeah, see, I went north for a good long time, just kept going. It was an hour and a half of my traveling to get here. The cursor down at the bottom, and it's saying I'm at like, what, negative 16, negative 15, almost to negative 1600, or sat 1,000. Yeah, I went to negative 32,000 to get, to find the, I finally found a jungle at negative 32,000. It was just crazy how far I had to go. But I found the tropical bee. That's what I was after, because the tropical bee produces the silky propolis, I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly, that allows us to get the silk wisp. I think that's what it's called. Oh, I closed that. We'll come back to that. But yeah, I need to get the apiary shirts, which are made with the woven silk, which come from, yes, the silk wisp, which you get from the silky propolis. Now, and this comes from the silky comb, which you get from, well, these guys, but these guys are all descendants of the tropical. So you need the tropical. So I got them. I got my silky propolis. I've got to process some of that so that I can get a bunch of this silk wisps so I can make these apiarists suit pieces to protect myself from bees that have harmful effects, such as the ender bee, which is a radius 11, massive amounts of damage if you're near it. I don't even want to deal with that. So we've got that in the works. I've got to set up another squeezer to do that. I want to do that separate from the one that's doing all the combs from all the bees that I'm producing. Yeah, because I need to get the ender bee working. But we have a bit of an issue with the production, or I should say the products produced by bees. A 16K drive, red dot right there. It is completely full. It's only got 2 things on it, and you can bet that those 2 things, yep, I should have cleared that, I was going to make that a reveal, but yeah, we've got beeswax and honey drops, the only things on here, and it's completely full. That's just way too much. I don't need that much, right? Now, some of the honey drops, the honey liquid, I will want to store that off onto a liquid form. Maybe put it in a regular drum for now, maybe not a bedrockium drum yet. I do want to set up an analyzer, pretty much I think the last machine I need over there, just to automate me analyzing the bees, instead of me having to put them in this beealyzer one at a time and like that. But we need to deal with this. So I need to set up I'm going to set up honey drops and beeswax on, the 128 void barrels that we've been doing for other things. Set that up over here. But I want to move, and ultimately that leads me to a redesign of this area, much like I've been doing around here, making things just more efficient and getting things working connected to AE. This needs some work, and so I want to move this setup up there, right? Because the alvearies are the only things using the frames. I don't need them down here. But I can't move this, right, without losing the programming unless I get my wand dislocation core, which, well, I think that's just what we're going to need. I'm also thinking I'm going to ultimately need the wand core of, what is it? I forget the name. It's the one that protects. The warding. This one here. The warding. That's a moderate, so that's not going to be a problem. Oh, except for the nether star. Well, we can craft nether stars, can't we? I think I just need to get some heads. Yeah, wither heads. And there's a wither skeleton farm in the nether. Okay, diamond sword. That's fine. A bow. That's fine too. Okay, so I can craft another. Oh, in peaceful mode only. So now I can't craft one. Okay, so that's going to be another task unto itself. So let's not do the warding right now. But the, yeah, this one, the dislocation. This one I need, but it's a very high. and it requires some aspects. I think I cooked down the stuff to make it. We should have the files up there with it. I've got all these mats, but a very high, so that's going to be interesting. Let's. Oh yeah, I was also looking at power. We're doing okay though, because I actually calculated. You know, our AEs are pulling like 450 RF per tick right now. It's getting up there, and I'm like, oh boy, I want to see what we're doing ultimately. So, oh no, I'm sorry, it's 345 RF per tick. That's, you know, it's getting up there. But then I looked over here, and I went kind of double wild on the production of these last time, right? So 32 times 40, we're at 1280 RF. You know, we're fine. We're fine on power. So, yeah, Thaumcraft. Dislocation wand core, that's what I need to get next. I did add some more skulls down here. I might throw some, actually I think I'm going to make some more crystals, make some more candles, and just kind of fill this out a bit more. Oh, I do have skeleton skulls around the outside. They kind of blend in. I kind of forgot they were there. Just to max out as much as I can stabilization, because very high. I don't know. I think there's something between moderate and very high, and we're skipping right over that. So let's make sure I've got the aspects. Yeah, see, I cooked down. I've got 9 of those, so I needed. Oh yeah, you can't. Yeah, it's actually the carpenter blocks. If you right-click on it, it won't open the book. You actually have to right-click somewhere else. It's kind of funny. Probably because it thinks you're trying to put a block in it. But anyway, so yeah, 20 of these, 10, 10, 25. So I've got them in the vial forms. I'm just going to put them in the jars and get the. Oh, get what? Get the mats to get there for the. Oh yeah, make the candles and. Okay, I'll be back when I've got some more stabilization going on and ready to try and make this core. Yeah, folks, so there's the jungle. I forgot that I never actually scrolled the map all the way up to show you, but there it is, negative 31,500. That was a heck of a journey, but there's a jungle for some tropical bees. We're good now. We're good. Alrighty, folks. Kind of doesn't look like it, but I did drop another 40 items in this room, so hopefully that'll add enough stability so that we'll be okay. For all I know, we were okay before, but somehow I just don't think so. So let's just close this up, and let's try this out. I've made sure I've got all the aspects that I need in their jars, so we should be good there. Just need to place these items. The diamond, the quartz, and the amber that I have is not, you know, I've doubled up on it so that if one pops off, I can quickly throw one on here and not have to worry about it. So I think you need 4 of these. And the amber is the last 3. And we've got our magnet on to bring anything to us that might pop off, or if it gets destroyed, at least we'll have something to replace it with. I guess I need my wand. It's about the only thing I forgot to bring out of the old bag here. So let's grab that and see how this goes. I'm not wearing that sash that makes me move around too quickly because, man, that is just way too quick. I get so disorientated. So looking good. Now that center cube there, you know, it seems pretty stable. Those individual pieces aren't wobbling around, so I'm thinking that's a good indication of stability. Last world I played, or the last world that we had here for Utopia, I didn't know much about stability. Hell, I didn't know much about balancing around the altar itself. I must have had so many problems, especially when it came to an odd number of items. And things got really out of control. This is looking really good. I think we did good here. Excellent. Let's bring it in the pieces. It's already got the aspects. Nothing's popped off. I think we're good. Excellent. Look at that. All right. We have got a wand of dislocation. I think I made a pouch, core pouch, didn't I? Yes. Very good. So we can throw that in here and add that to our collection. Oh, that's a nice UI issue there. Yeah, not in my inventory anymore. But now we can... Wand of dislocation. Excellent. So I can move that Steve's Factory Manager now and not lose the programming. That is That's good stuff. We can get rid of these extra guys. We don't need those. We've got our wand, and things are good. So the next thing is starting to do some damage control with our abundance of beeswax and honeydew, or not honeydew, but honey drops. Definitely got to get this upstairs because, yeah, like I said before, those are the only things that are using the frames. I don't use them down here, so I don't need them accessible. I think I'm going to update or make more efficient the cabling here too, because right now I've got the mats from over there coming into here, and then this pipe goes right back out this way, up the wall, and back across that way. So, let's just have this pipe go up the wall immediately, and maybe just stop right around here, and we can clean all this up, and get that up there for the alvearies, which are the only things that use the frames. Then we can get all of these apiaries off of one wall. You set up another wall for the auto squeezing of honey drops into a barrel, store that for the analyzer. Maybe that should be up there too. I'm really not too sure, but how I'm going to lay it out, but I do know what I want to do here. I've even got an armor stand ready to go for the apiary suit that I got to make. So let me get started on doing some tearing up, and I'll be back when there's more to update. Hey folks, so look how inefficient this is. The power and the items from the farm, or come over here, the items does its jazz over here with the combs input output squeezing returning to AE. Comes around here to grab whatever I put in here, and then loops back around, branches off there, and then out, that goes over there also, but then comes back. I mean, it's right there, and it's going up the wall over here. It's just so inefficient. So many extra tubes. I can just move and do some rearranging here. So what we're going to do is move these apiaries and the frame production up there, so we can get rid of these glass things for sure. When I'm working on bees, they may need to see the sky. May not be a cave compliant, so we won't have to worry about those anymore. And just down here will be all the work for all the squeezing of the honey drops and producing or centrifuging the combs and all that good stuff, and storage for the honey and the analyzer and all that work. I'll have some channels on probably going to move that item on this pillar up and down from there to over here, because this is we'll have some machines over here, so the pipe will still go up here and then just go upstairs on this pillar, so we don't have all this waste. Because that alveary is not using any frames, it's just for larvae. I think I'm pronouncing that wrong, actually. I was watching something on YouTube, Mental Floss, and I think I am pronouncing that wrong. It's larva, and then there's another acceptable pronunciation, but I've been pronouncing that wrong this whole time, so I'm going to have to start pronouncing it correctly. But anyway, and just use all the downstairs here for the machines and the processing and all that stuff. The analyzer can be down here because this is where the honey drum will be, and like that. So let me get to work, and I'll come back probably when I'm, good and almost done. A couple of hours for me, a couple of seconds for you. Hey folks, so how I love this wand of dislocation core, because I moved this without having to reprogram anything. I just had to point it to the new locations of the barrels and the chest, which is nicely compact now. I didn't want to have Steve's factory manager in the floor, because then you can see it from the ceiling, so this worked out quite nicely. So I've got the apiaries moved up here for my workings when mixing bees to get other bees, and I've moved all of my cabinets up here with the queens, the drones, the princesses, and all that good stuff. All of my frames that I need for my genetics work, or my breeding, I should say, and like that. So I decided to keep the item conduit going up the same pillar as it was. I cleared out everything over here right now and just have this here. Want to do some rearranging now with this. I'm going to move it up against this back wall and just bring the AE, or maybe this wall. That might actually make more sense since it's all kind of right here, although, doesn't really matter, I suppose. But we've got 8 channels down here. We split it up there last time, or not last time, but some time ago. So we've got a P2P here. 8 channels are going out to here, 8 channels are going downstairs, and we still have, of course, 2 sides to work with the 8 channels each to get to a full 32. So we may need to move this or give a level 1 to bees and a level 2 to bees for P2P if we need those many channels. But right now we're only using 2 channels down here, so we've got 6 to play with. We're only going to use 2 for the barrels for beeswax and the honey drops, and I think that's about it. So this is now what I'm going to be working on, cleaning this up, making it look all nice and do what we need to do automatically, so there's no intervention on our part, or at least minimal. Alright folks, I'll be back. Alrighty folks, we are making some progress here. I've gotten all of the beeswax in the barrel and out of the AE system, so that the only beeswax that we have in here now is the 8192 that is in our 128 voided barrel here. And I had this running all night for the honey. I filled this up, and I was letting this squeezer fill up with this export bus so that it could squeeze all the honey, to fill up this drum, to also fill up this analyzer, and to fill up this other carpenter I built for just honey. I've got the original carpenter over here, excuse me, using the water. So I've had recipes that require water, I've had recipes that require honey. I've actually had some that require oil, seed oil, so I might have to have a third one. But I am just going to trash can the rest of this honey because I don't need 64,000 honey drops. We're always producing a bee through one of the alvearies anyway, and so we have honey and beeswax coming in at an alarming rate all the time, so I don't ever see us really running out. But this analyzer is all automated now. I've rewired things up here to where this chest, if you drop unanalyzed bees in here, will go down there, get analyzed, and then come back and be dropped off to here. So I can do that with all my bees. I don't have to whip out the old handheld analyzer and do it one by one and ensure that honey's in my analyzer all the time. So that's very nice. I don't have any bees running right now because I don't really have any need for any mats right now. I've got plenty of what I was going for at the time that I was going for them. So I think we're pretty much done here. I'm going to start squeezing some of that silky propolis so I can get these wisps so I can start making the suit for being protected from bees with their nasty effects, ender bees. And like that. So a little hopper here I had dropping in, what was I doing here? Oh, I had a bunch of, I threw in some silky propolis in here, that's right. So I should have some wisps. Oh yeah, 268. I think that's all I needed. Because there's what, 24 sheets that I need, and it's 24 times 9, it's 24 times 10 is 240 minus 24, so yeah, I've definitely got enough wisps. So I can start making up the pieces of paper that I needed. Well, let's look at wisp again. And what is it used for? It's to make a string, but we want to make this, the woven silk. So we need 24 of these in order to make the suit, the full 4-piece suit. So I'm going to get that started, and I think that just took water for that, right? Yeah, that just takes water, so I'll set that up over on here, and like that. I'll be back when there's more to inform you about. Alrighty folks, we have got the honey down to a reasonable number now, 8192. That's just what's in our voided chest here. And so we're doing much better on hard drive space with that 116K drive, that's for sure. It should be completely empty now. Let's take a look here. It's probably still just got configured, but yeah, we've got it empty. So that's very nice. Let's go ahead and clear off the configuration from here. Yep, clear that off. And we've got a nice empty 16K drive now that we should actually be able to maybe bring over some items from here, because these 2 drives are getting a little full. These are looking fine, these are still empty, and these are fine. These are partitioned with some items that we're okay with. So let's take a look at what's on this one and see what we can move over to, let's see what's in there. It's got a whole bunch of stuff in there. Quarried stone. Let's see. Actually, let's take a look at what are the highest number things that we have in our drive right now that we may want to, number of items. Okay, so we've got 14K coal, I don't really want to void that because we are using that slowly but surely for the farm crop, so I want to make sure that's available. Marble, 13,000 marble. I actually have no use for this right now other than maybe decoration, but I don't think I need 13K of it, so maybe that's something that we'll put into a 128 barrel with a export bus. I mean, not an export bus, but a storage bus somewhere. But watery propolis, lapis. We've got some things that are in the, okay, these things are already in chests. The 8192s are all things, that's kind of a nice number. All things that are being handled with barrels right now. Everything else is seeming pretty reasonable. So maybe we'll just leave that like that for now. All right, let's just clear that out. So we've got nothing on there. We've got these drives, and they're just doing fine. Until they get very full, like maybe maxed out, well, I need to worry about them. But we've got a lot more space here now too, and even still drives empty here. So we're actually doing okay with hard drive space now. So that's good. We don't have 65,000 beeswax and honeydew anymore, or honey drops anymore. So that's good. That's good. I did finish making some of these woven silks, so we can actually make our, let's see, oh well, yes, right, I got rid of the crafting bench because it's here now, so we can make the shirt, very good, the hat, excellent, excellent, pants, and it sounds like there might be some noise outside. I've got headphones on, but I'm feeling some vibrations through my feet, so I might have to do some audio cleanup here. And 4 pieces left over for the boots. Excellent. So now we can put these here, and we've got a full-on suit. Now what I might want to do is actually put a redstone signal down here so that we can do a shift click in one fell swoop to get see, what do I need? A lever? Do I have one in here? No, let's just see. Got a stick. Good, we got a stick. So that we can, there we go, cobble. One fell swoop, switch the whole thing. So if that's like that, we should do a shift and a right click, and look at that. All right. So now with this suit, we should be able to, let's put that back there. Work with these ender bees without getting decimated. First thing I want to do with the ender bees is actually get some larvae so that I can breed that horrible, horrible effect out of them. So we've got the ender drone, and we should have an ender princess. Very good. And it's the, let's see, does it show it here? No, I'll probably still have to do the handheld one to show the effect. But what's it called? I think it's just called ender effect. Yeah, oh, the ends. And a large radius. Whew, horrible. I don't actually have a great fertility, so we'll need to bring that up too, so that we'll have a lot of little bees for what we need them for. Yeah, fertility 1. So we're going to just put one of you here, and actually what flower? End flower is probably end stone, so I'm probably going to have to put, or maybe a lily, ender lily. Here, so we should not take damage. Well, actually, they're probably not going to work too well because you're not going to have your flower, right? Huh. No, I'm pretty sure it's not working. It takes a little while for this thing to do its first tick. Yeah, see, there we go, no flowers. Okay, so we need to get probably an ender lily seed. I don't think it's just, oh, actually I moved that up here now, didn't I? I don't think it's just the end stone that it needs. I don't even have an end stone up here. I have end stone, don't I? Oh, I'm pretty sure I do. I've got it probably over here. And one of these, there we go. And I do have an ender lily. Okay. So let's see here. This should be all it needs. And pick you up, put you back down. You should be okay now. So, with this suit on, we won't take massive amounts of damage. We can get some larvae. Oh, we've already got 3. That's good. That's all we need. We'll take you out. And so we will do some genetics works on these. We want to get the none effect and we want to get the, what do we got here? We got fast production, and we got the longer lifespan. We don't need these for these guys. Let's throw them in there, and we'll grab what we do want. I did make some of these arrays that have a bunch of things already in one deal. It's kind of a bit of a problem though. So if you have a larva that you want to put this serum array on, and it only really needs like the rain tolerance, it will actually spend the time to do all 5 regardless if the larva actually has them. So this is 10 minutes per thing. So this is 5 things here. It'd be 50 minutes per grub that we put in there, or larva. So that's good, I guess, when we have the final bee that we want, like we're doing a diamante or whatnot. We could just throw that in there, and everything will be done in one swoop. That'll be a long swoop, but it'll be one swoop. So let's see. We want to get the none effect. There it is, none effect. Get rid of that deadliness they have, and maybe a high fertility. We're going to need the ender bee for certain breeds to get other bees. So we'll throw those in there, and I'm just going to do one at a time. When this one's done, I'll switch these, get that one, and then we'll put in the next one after that. We'll slowly work on getting the ender bee a little happier than deadly. Now, I wonder if we'll need to get these little drones out of him, get him back to a princess, but I think this is close enough, right? Yeah, you actually can see bees flying around. That means that it's working just fine. And I'm not taking massive amounts of damage thanks to my suit here. Gosh, that actually might not be a great place for that, right? Because if I switch this suit right now, I bet you I'm going to take a bunch of damage. I wonder how bad that is. Maybe it's just in a circle around and not an up-down. It should be in the 11 to 11 radius here, right? No? How close can I get? It's gotta be. Huh? Oh! Yep, there it is. Alright, so... Okay, that's not exactly... I thought it was going to be, 6 or more hearts at a tick. That's actually... Oh, maybe it's just 5 in a direction, so 11 radius, of course. Okay, that's good. Well, it's good to know that I won't get affected by it if I come down here and switch the suit out, but yeah, we certainly don't want the ends effect treating us. Oh wait, you can't get the flower. Okay, so that is too far away. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, it's just 1 too far away. So I bet if I just move this one closer, should be okay. It was interesting, though, that the bees were flying around, which is an indication that it's happy as can be, but it wasn't happy because it didn't have the flower. You still don't have the flower. 1, 2, 3, 4. I guess that's just out of range. Huh. Didn't really think about that too much when I was working on placing these here. I'm going to have to... Yeah. Oh well, that's fine. Maybe what I'll do too is when I work on bees, I'll just breed them to have like a rocks flower or something from the rocky bees, so that all this cobblestone that's lying around in my base will work just fine. Okay, you should totally have your flower now. Let's just let that sit. I'm sure it's fine because it was working fine over here. We got the larvae and like that. So anyway, folks, let me see what we're going to do next, and I will be back. Hey, folks, so I had to look it up. The bee still isn't finding the flower. I guess it thought it had it long enough for us to get the larva, but yeah, it is not endstone and it's not ender lily. It's actually a dragon egg. That is the flower this guy needs. Well, yeah. As far as I know, the dragon egg is still in the end. Folks did kill the dragon a while ago. I wasn't a part of that because I've killed dragons. I don't need to kill more dragon, but let's go to the end real quick and see if the dragon egg is still there. And if so, I'm going to have to bring the ender bee out there so I can get him to, give the princess back and the drones. And like that. So let's see here. Oh, that's a nice map. Useless. Where is the dragon egg? Where did they kill him? I don't know. I've got to find that. Gotta be around here somewhere, huh? Yeah, here's where I dug down. I was looking for the Oblivion bees, but I'm not having too much luck finding them. I've actually asked... Oh, there it is. Okay, good. The dragon egg is still up on top of there. So I can put the apiary around there and get it to do its thing. And like that. So it looks like I will need to breed... yeah, let's do rocks flowers for the ender bee. Because, granted, we only have one ender egg, right? Or one dragon egg, so... Like that. Folks, I'm going to do that between this episode and next. I just realized that this was running a bit long. We're at 30 minutes worth of raw footage here for me to work with. But we did some good work. We got the bee area all organized. We've got our beeswax and our honey drops under control. Wow, some serious lag there. And I actually think the lag that I'm experiencing is actually my router. My router at home is starting to fail. My friend brought his router over and everything works so much better, so I need to get a new router. And I'll do that sometime between now and some episode. I can't say the next because I've just got some things to do. Episodes are going to be coming a little slower too because my Christmas vacation's over. I'm actually back to work and like that, but this is all set up. So we've got that corner organized. We've got that corner organized and this one. Next time I think I'm going to organize this one. I think I'm going to get rid of these generators for that backup power. I really just don't think we need it. We haven't needed it ever since I set it up. The on and off for the quarry is enough to keep power going just fine. This is empty now, but we are charging. This is when, we're eating about 460 RF per tick, but we're making 1280, so I guess we've got a surplus, but I think it's these lines, right? We've got high 5,000 RF per tick lines here, the orange ones, but the rest of these that are all throughout the base are still the red ones, which are 640 RF per tick. So I may need to update those to get power throughout the base running nice and smoothly. All the batteries in between these are the redstone, which can handle, 4,000 RF per tick, or 2,000 RF per tick, I think it is. But yeah, so we're good there. So anyway, folks, hope you enjoyed this episode. I apologize, it was a bit scatterbrained. It had been about a week since I got into recording this episode, getting back to work and all that good stuff. But anyway, I will see you in the next one, and have a good one. Bye-bye.